Welcome back to the Bricks. We're doing a Bricks quick update. It's the host Mike Lewis, Kim Boyer. We want to talk about our Michigan man, Mr. Trey Burke, declaring he's going to the NBA draft. He's going to enter the NBA draft. He announced it yesterday. What's your take on that, Kim?
I feel like it says a lot for not only, Trey Burke and as hard as he worked, Mr. All-American, everything, won just about every award, national player of the year, but it says a lot to the program that John Beilein and his staff has built, up at Michigan. So, big ups to that guy. I feel like he's honestly the one guy out of that program I feel like who should leave and who's ready to leave.
Right.
After seeing how everything progressed during the season, I feel like, it's 3 more announcements to be made. Right. Glenn Robinson III, Mitch McGary, and Tim Hardaway Jr., but I feel like he's the one guy that there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's ready.
Oh, yeah. He's a lottery pick, man.
Mm-hmm.
Easily top 10. I was even thinking about where he could land.
Yeah.
Where he can probably start immediately. I was thinking Orlando immediately. Orlando is like, I think 20-60 right now. And, they've never really had, I mean, I like Jameer Nelson. He's a decent guard. But you think about adding him on that team and, give a little more offensive firepower. Somebody that can.
So you would keep Jameer Nelson and draft Trey Burke?
I just make sure I bring Trey off the bench. Let's say Jameer gets hurt. Or even say you want to mix and match, maybe put him at the 2. You never know. I don't know how, Jacque Vaughn will want to play that, but I could see him starting eventually for Orlando Magic. Yeah,
I feel like he can, it has to be the right team in the right situation. But I feel like he can definitely come in and probably not start right away.
Probably not.
But knowing Trey Burke and seeing the maturation process from high school and then to college and how he assumed that leader position and you know what I mean, for a guy who's playing in the NBA right now, Darius Morris, when he left, he was able to come in and work hard enough to assume that starting position, immediately. You know what I mean? And the same thing is in another year under his belt, you see what happened from year 1 to year 2, consistency, All-American everything. But I really don't, Orlando, I really feel like, a lot of people's been talking like if the Pistons, had a chance to draft him, like, would they draft him? But I honestly would, and I would keep him, and I would make some moves with Bynum and Stuckey and those guys and get those guys.
Maybe even Brandon Knight.
Yeah, even Brandon Knight. All of those guys would be up. Be good bargaining chips to get. To free up some space and some room and things like that, and start fresh with him, Moreau, and Drummond as the foundation. And that guy getting into the paint, and he's an outstanding shooter too. Like this guy, obviously we've seen this guy shoot from well beyond NBA range on a regular. So I mean, get into the paint and can facilitate, but also score. Put a lot of pressure on defenses. I feel like the Pistons would be remiss if they didn't actually even give him a look.
Give it a look.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, what do you think about the other 3 guys coming out? I mean, in my opinion, I really feel like none of those guys are ready. I feel like Tim Hardaway Jr. would almost have to come out because
he's a junior.
Yeah, exactly. Another year for him, I don't think that does much for your stock. And if you're not good enough to come out as a junior, and after this type of year that Michigan, the run that they've had, then it probably wouldn't work out. That would be the only reason to me I would see him coming out. But as far as being ready to come in and assume a role, definitely not a starting position on the NBA team.
I mean, I've heard even Aaron Aflalo type player. I mean,
Aaron Aflalo is much more aggressive than
I mean, and the thing with Aflalo plays a little bit better defense. Hardaway, I just don't like what I saw from him, man, against Louisville. That wasn't good. That wasn't a good look for him at all. I mean. You would think him being 6'6", he's pretty athletic. You saw the dunk he had. I mean, you got a guard, man. And you got to guard some of the top guards in the league.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about all world, all top flight guys. I mean, imagine him trying to cover Russell Westbrook and you couldn't cover Peyton Sievert. Come on now. I mean, that's a whole nother step up and another challenge.
Right.
But I mean, I wish those guys the best, and I feel like Michigan to be in great hands. You know, looking forward. You know, they have Derek Walton coming in. You know, Spike Albrecht have already showed himself a reliable option. You know, so I mean, another year of maturation for him. So they look fine as far as going forward, and that's the thing. People getting excited now. You know, University of Michigan can be churning out NBA picks, and you know,
looking like Kentucky.
Yeah, on the regular. I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but I mean, if they can get these guys to kind of start that pipeline to the NBA, I mean, that spells big news for the Wolverines. Yeah. But for right now, it's Ken Boyer, Mike Lewis. Make sure to follow us on YouTube and follow our channel on MK The Bricks. That's MK The Bricks, all one word. Ken Boyer, Mike Lewis. We'll see you soon.